Hi, good day everyone. So today we'll be doing May, June 2018, paper 2, number 2. Number 2 questions are typically these algebra questions, factorization, simplification, and so forth, right? So let's read the first question. Right, you may not be seeing it properly, but the question says, factorize completely each of the following expressions. Part 1 says 1 minus 4 h squared. Now, when you see questions like this, right, the first thing you're going to ask is, what does 1 and 4h squared have in common? Do they have anything in common? No, not really. Then you see, okay, well, they are subtracting. Okay, they're subtracting. Both numbers that are being subtracted are square numbers. So, immediately your head have to go to difference, factorizing the difference of squared numbers. That is a squared minus b squared is equals to a plus b in the first bracket and a minus b in the second bracket. So basically we found out the square root of each term. The square root of 1 is 1 and the square root of 4 and the square root of h squared. This would be 2 and this would be h. Alright, so therefore 1 minus 4h squared would be first bracket 1 plus 2h and then 1 minus 2h, and that would be your answer. Alright, then the next question says to factorize completely pq minus q squared minus 3p plus 3. Again, next thing is you are seeing 4 terms. So what you would do is do the first pair of numbers, then the second pair of numbers. What does PQ and Q squared have in common? They have Q in common. So it will be Q open bracket P, because remember you're going to ask Q multiplied by what would give you your first term, that's PQ. Q by P, right? And that's your first term. And then Q multiplied by what would give you not just q squared but minus q squared, right? That would be minus q. That's the first bracket, right? Typically when we have 4 terms, you try to make brackets the same. So we'll put p minus q and then we're going backwards. P multiplied by what would give you minus 3p. Alright, so p multiplied by what will give you minus 3p. That would be minus 3. So we put minus 3 outside here. And you just multiply to make sure it's correct. Minus 3 by p is minus 3p, and then minus 3 by minus q. A minus and a minus is a plus. So you know that, yes, you do have plus 3q. So this would be your answer. Not your final answer, but this is you know that this is correct so far, right? Because your two brackets are the same, we put it in one bracket, p minus q, and your next bracket is going to be what is outside the brackets in this line right here. That would be q minus 3 close bracket. So your answer would be p minus q and then q minus 3. And that would be your answer for this part here. Alright, let's go down to this one. This one says solve each of the following equations. Now, when you see solve, right, each of the following, what you have to ask of what in the question is your unknown. So if you have 3 over 2y is equal to 12, what is your unknown here? Y. So basically, for part 1, we have to solve for y. So we know that the relationship between 3 over 2 and y is multiplication. We want y by itself, so you're going to carry across that multiply by 3 over 2. Now, rule of thumb is anytime you carry something over the equal sign, this is the opposite. What is the opposite of multiplication? Division. So therefore, y would be equal to 12 divided by 3 over 2. So y is equals to 12 over 1 multiply by 2 over 3, 3 into 3, 1, 3 into 12, 4, 4 twos are 8. So y is equal to 8. And you could just check it really quickly to make sure 3 over 2 multiplied by 8, 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 8 is 4, 3 fours are 12. So you know, yes, y being equal to 8 is indeed correct. Right, then this one, question is 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now, because the largest power in this is squared, and then we're seeing it is going down, basically it's in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, right? If you see any equation that is in this form immediately, your head has to go to this is a quadratic equation, right? Now, there are two ways to solve quadratic equations. The first way would be to factorize, and the second way would be to use your formula. The formula is given on the formula sheet. I will use the formula method where x is equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So x would be equals, remember, now if we look at this, we have to identify what is a, what is b, what is c. A is your coefficient of x squared, which is 2. B is your coefficient of x, which is 5. Let's look at the sign in front of it as well. It's plus 5, but 5 and positive 5, same thing. And C is not just 3. What is the sign in front of 3? Negative, so it's negative 3. Right, so now that we know that, we can put this. It's minus open bracket 5 plus or minus the square root of open bracket b squared, which is 5 squared, minus 4 open bracket 2 open bracket minus 3 close bracket, all over 2 by 2 here. So now we know x is equals to minus 5 plus or minus the square root of, we're going to remove the brackets, right? 5 by 5 is 25. And then 4 twos are 8, 8 threes are 24, right? Put the number, then I deal with my signs after. A minus and a plus is a minus and a minus is a plus. So this would be plus here. All over 2 by 2 is 4. So you know x would be equals to minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 plus 24 is 49 all over 4. So therefore x is equals to minus 5 plus 7 over 4, or x is equals to minus 5 minus 7 over 4. Right, so you get x is equals to minus 5 plus 7 is 2 over 4, which is reduced to a half, or x is equals to minus 5 minus 7. You add those two numbers, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is minus 12 over 4, which x is equals to minus 3. So therefore, x is either equal to a half or x is equals to negative 3. And that would be your answer for part 2. Okay, let's go on to part C now. They said the quantities F, M, U, V, and T are related according to the formula. Let's just write this down. F is equal to M open bracket, right? So F is equals to M open bracket, V minus U all over T, right? They said find the value of F when M is equals to negative 3, U is equals to negative 1, V is equals to 2, and T is equal to Okay, I stand corrected. M is not minus 3, M is equals to 3. Right? M is 3, U is minus 1, V is 2, and T is equal to 1. So we know that the formula is here, so therefore F would be equal to 3 open bracket V, which is 2 minus 1 close bracket all over 1. So F would be equal to 3 open bracket, that's 2 plus 1 all over 1, which would be 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, so it would be 3 multiplied by 3 all over 1, which is equals to 9. So F is equal to 9. The last question says make V the subject. Now we know that the formula is F is equal to, let me just take a little look, M open bracket V minus U close bracket all over T. Right? Now if we know this, first off, they said make V the subject. We saw that V is in your bracket, so we want to open those brackets. So F is equal to, according to distributive law, we multiplying M by V and then M by minus U. So M by V is MV and M by minus U is minus MU all over T. We want to make V the subject, so we carry across now. Yeah, we carry across divide by T. Now, if you carry across divide by T, what is the opposite? Remember, as I said earlier in the video, typically when we make something the subject, right, we have to, if we're carrying across something over the equal sign, you have to do the opposite. So divide by T will turn to multiply by T. So it'll be T multiplied by F is equals to MV minus MU. So F by T is capital FT is equal to MV minus MU. We want to make V subject, so first off we have to carry across MU. Right, so that is FT, and what is the opposite of minus MU? That would be plus MU is equals to MV. Right, now we want to make V the subject, so we're going to carry across multiply by M, because remember the relationship between M and V is multiplication. So if we carry that across, it'll turn to divide. So FT plus MU all divided by M is equal to V. And that is the answer for the last part in this question. Right, and that is the end of May-June 2018, number 2.